Hey, what's up, Warriors? Man, crypto is now outspending big pharma and defense. The casino has now moved from one economic system to another. Money and politics go hand in hand. Those who control the money control the information, control the people. We're going to talk about that today. We're also going to dive into some big companies that are moving into cryptocurrency. Now, remember, the narrative has switched pretty dramatically. They went from crypto as a speculative asset, I wouldn't even touch it, to all of a sudden, since the collapse of Terra Luna, crypto is here to stay. They've been repeating that over and over again, Warriors. You're part of a switch of an economic system. And if you do this correctly, you could be the generational shifter in your family. My name is Coach JV. I am the top health, mindset, and crypto coach in the world. What you believe in your heart, you think in your mind, will eventually become your words and become your reality. If you can see it in your mind, eventually you can hold it right here in your hand. What you repeatedly do gets ingrained in your subconscious mind. What gets ingrained in your subconscious mind becomes an unconscious activity. Now, we'd love to have you part of our family. Now, what is the Warrior Academy? The Warrior Academy is a group of like-minded people worldwide rising together to include cryptocurrency courses, access to my portfolio, exit strategies, 7 calls a week, AMA calls, ask me anything. So it's great for beginners and advanced. I brought this together because the crypto industry was so confusing. So I brought one space to bring mindset, health, community, and education so that we can all work together to change our frequency so we can take advantage of the biggest shift in generational wealth. Remember, they never let a good crisis go to waste, so we're not going to either. This is our time, Warriors. All right, so let's dive right into it. You came here to learn. You came here to get educated. That's exactly what I'm going to do. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. I'm just basically taking the research that I do on a daily basis for my own investments to move my family forward, and I started sharing it with the world, and it became a worldwide business. Again, that's something that I'm teaching now, just so you guys know. I thought about this for a long time. I'm like, man, this is something that I need to teach people because many of you are in just over broke jobs that may not be here. That's going to get leverage towards technology. So I need you to start thinking forward. I need you to start thinking. We're also adding into the Warrior Academy business coaching and the ability to make passive income. We're giving tons of avenues for you to move your family forward, Warriors. This is not the time to sit on your ass. This is a time to activate. It's a time to free your family, and it's a time to get disciplined with your finances. Okay. So if you go to my Instagram profile, Instagram's in the description down below. You can download. It's basically a free blueprint, the 3 steps, exact steps on how I built scaled $1 million company off of social media. This is the biggest time in human history to do it. Social media is so infant, just like cryptocurrency and how businesses, and I'm going to show you what's happening right now. I'm going to show you with Levi Strauss what's happening. So if you want to be taught by me and see exactly how I scale 7-figure companies online, go to my Instagram page. You get the free download there. Okay. So let's jump into this. So rise of non-traditional reserve currencies, diminished dollars dominance. So now this is a thing I've been concerned about. I've been sharing you guys. Is we're not just talking cryptocurrency. We're talking a switch in an economic system, Warriors. A switch in an economic system. Cryptocurrency is just the rails and the ecosystem of how the money is going to move at the speed of light. A lot of people are making this so complex, right? A lot of cryptos are not going to be here to stay, Warriors. And people are like, oh, we went all decentralized. Whereas I believe from the beginning, and I've said this from the beginning, that this was a big game to move us to a new monetary system. They knew this was coming the whole time. Since Bitcoin's inception, there's been more money printed than in history. Think about that. They kept interest rates super low, and they started printing money like crazy in 2020 when the whole world got shut down. And then all of a sudden, boom, all the mass laws change. Then we go into a war with Ukraine and Russia, which is the next black swan, which is the SWIFT system. They talked about this SWIFT system and sanctions. And in Canada, they were able to shut your accounts down. Everything was financial, cyber. Now we're going into food shortages, right? Now the food shortages are going to push the middle class and the rise in interest rates. So they got their bags packed. They raised interest rates, going to push out the middle class, very wealthy, very poor. Think about what's happening in China. Okay. Digitized, very, very wealthy and very poor, no middle class. It's happening to us right now. So you're either going to be the very, very wealthy supporting your family, or you're going to be the very poor relying off your government. It's that simple. Okay. So rise of national currencies, diminish dollars dominance. US dollar status and the dominant global reserve currency shows few signs signs of weaning, despite the flurry of challenges from Russia and China. Okay. Now, these are just things to keep an eye on. It's nothing like, oh, catastrophic, but the dollar's dominance dropped once again. So you can see it here from 1999. 70%. Now it's down to 59%. So these are non-traditional currencies have played a larger role in the global foreign exchange reserves in recent years. Now the world, America had a huge dominance in the world currencies worldwide, right? But we Bretton Woods standard. I think we had the Bretton Woods standard in 1945, and then we detached from it in 1971, the gold standard in 1971. Now, since 1971, our dollar has completely collapsed in its value. Well, since 1913, it's inflated about 2,889%, which means a dollar in 1913 will now take you $29 to buy the same thing. But your pay has not gone up that much. These are things you need to pay attention to, warriors, not just cryptocurrency, but listen, as you sit in your job, you become less and less valuable, not as a person, but as your money value. Okay. So if you're not investing, or if you don't have a side hustle on the side, that's why I'm teaching how to do it now, because you have to free up income, warriors. You have to understand how money works. You're all working for money. You need to get money to work for you. Okay. So I just want to show you the dollar dominance. This is what I want to jump into. And I'm going to do a lot more talking. I'm going to move through this quickly. I just kind of want to talk from my heart to you guys. So crypto industry outspends defense, pharma, and on political donations. This shows you right here. So number one, the narrative. Well, I'll get into that at the end because I just want to open up the camera and speak to you guys heart to heart. Okay. So crypto executives are now pouring money into U.S. politics. Then many Americans industry stalwarts or whatever. Political donations from the sector surged more than 26 million during 2021 and the first 3 months of this year. That influx of cash is outpacing spending internet giants, drug makers, defense industry, providing a fresh pool of financing for candidates heading into November's congressional election. The issue of regulators, virtual tokens is not nearly as diverse as gun control or abortion rights, but the upcoming election will be highly consequential for crypto. Congress may weigh in with new laws for asset classes next year, and the efforts by the federal agency to consumer protection, as well as a possible Federal Reserve-backed token, are coming to a head. Okay. I've told you guys this since day one. 2025 is when the financial system. Here's what's happening. We went through the awkwardness. Now we're going into sue. Then we're going into regulate. Then we're going into joining, and then innovation. So what we're in right now is suing, regulating. Then there'll be a new presidential election. There'll be the joining. Okay. Then there'll be innovation. Innovation is 2025 when things start to expand. Everybody will be operating on cryptocurrency, and there'll only be a few left, which will be some of the winners that maybe you pick and maybe I pick. Some of my cryptos aren't going to make it. I know that. But I'm working on picking the ones that are fundamental, long-term, that are actually companies that are operating right now, that are valued like over $1 billion, that have leadership teams, real world solve, that are up and operating right now within our current system. That's really, really important. I just gave you the exact tips on how I do my investments. Okay. This is funny. We were actually at Chipotle eating as a team, and right when we were at Chipotle eating, we were paying. This announcement came out. So on June 2nd, Chipotle is now accepting cryptocurrency payments at U.S. locations. The Tex-Mex chain partners with Flex, allows customers to pay with 98 different digital currencies: BTC, ETH, and Solana. When we know AMC, I just want to show you this is old, but AMC now accepting Bitcoin, Ethereum, and online payments. Who the hell would pay for their movie in Bitcoin? But I want to show you guys this because I want to dive into how everything is changing right now. So Levi Strauss boost sales outlook for next 5 years, banking on e-commerce strength. So Levi's now sees annual revenue growth range of 6 to 8%, up from prior targets 4 to 6 through 2027. For fiscal 2022, it still projects sales to increase 11 to 13% from 2021 levels, with adjustment earnings per share falling. Okay. In the next 5 years, Levi also said it aims to expand its direct-to-consumer business to 55% of its total sales. Okay, let's talk about this. Let's have a heart-to-heart right now. Warriors, please pull the wool back and look at what's happening. Malls are not going to be here anymore. Some of your jobs are not going to be here anymore. Many of your jobs realize that they can leverage you towards technology. Okay, if they can leverage you towards technology, and they can replace people. Now, what is the highest? So I'm an entrepreneur, right? So I own a company that's over 7 figures. I have another company that's scaling to 7 figures. We have 2 5-figure companies. So I'm qualified to speak about this because I understand how to scale companies. We have, for example, I have an owners meeting today. We're sitting down, and what is one of our biggest costs? Employee costs, right? And what do we work to do to be as efficient as possible? So as a good entrepreneur, you want to make sure that you have, based on your gross revenue, a certain percentage of that is salaries, a certain percentage that is expensive. And right now we're running at a 20% profitability, right? So when you see someone saying that their company is making $1.2 million, that doesn't mean they're making $1.2 million unless the owner or CEO is siphoning all the money. Well, you have employee costs, you have expenses. We run about a 20% profit margin. Okay. So these are things that we can teach you, what we're going to be teaching in the Warrior Academy. We're actually launching a new program, and you can get the blueprint on how let's talk about this for a second. If you guys don't mind, I got a lot of feedback. I'm going to start talking about entrepreneurship because I want to get you guys into that frame of mind of how to make money grow, right? Frame of mind. Because if the more you hear stuff like this, it gets ingrained in your subconscious mind. Okay. So remember, an entrepreneur, and the reason why I'm telling you is because if we can free up capital for you guys, you can go out there and invest, right? We just need to get access to capital. Now, one of my videos last week, I talked about changing your habits to access capital. Okay. Do you remember that video? Cut out your Starbucks coffee. So I got my own stuff going on here. Cut out your Starbucks. And I do the same thing. So like I had a couple, like this week I'll have 3 Starbucks, and then I'm having my own little thing going on right here. So it saves me money. So I take the money that's saved and I invest it into speculative assets. So we talked about changing habits to get money. I'll attach that video at the end of this video. Okay. Now let's talk about how can you create more money flow. So what do you love to do? Maybe you're, I'm trying to think of something. Maybe you do guitar, right? And you actually physically teach guitar, and somebody wants to get into guitar lessons. The education platform is changing. So usually you went to a college, you went to business school, and they teach you, a professor that's never even ran a business before teaches you. The education platform is what I do, right? So I'm an educator, online educator. So if you have a skill, if you can teach someone else how to get to success to teach that skill. For example, we had a guy that brought up about being a pressure washer. He started a pressure washer company where he was making over 6 figures. Okay. And he had brought this up. So he made over 6 figures. So now what he's doing is he built a course online to teach people who want to break free from their just over broke the steps to become a pressure washer to make over 6 figures. Does that make sense? So he steps out of the physical manual labor and he teaches the steps to shorten the timeline to success. Okay. So there's some things you need to be an entrepreneur online. Why only, this is truth, only 8%, 8% of online courses or gurus supposedly make over $5,000 a year. So don't get duped into this bullshit. It's because they're missing these factors. Number 1, truly authentic. Number 2, once you're truly authentic, okay, then you need to understand you need to build a tribe. Okay, you don't sell products, you build a tribe that knows, likes, and trusts you. Once you build a tribe, you create value for them. You create a system. You don't just record a video and it's just like, oh, okay. You create a system where there's community, there's accountability, there's connection calls, which we do in our Warrior Academy. Okay. And then, okay, think about that. You got systems, processes, and then I went into accountability for 4. Then you need accountability, right? Then you need customer service. So one of our biggest things is customer service. And how do you build your customer service team? Once you build your tribe and you have your people going through your program, then you pick from within your tribe and you bring those team members on. And it's just a cycle that we've created here, and it can be duplicated over and over again. So remember, if you have a skill, and then social media, this is a great tool. It's a free tool. Back in the days, you used to have a brick and mortar. You used to have to open up an office, get all this capital. Now you just pop on a microphone, $35 microphone, laptop. Most of us have a laptop, and we run the whole business off of this. That's all I need is a phone, microphone, and a laptop. It's not that complicated. Now imagine if you can make 2,000, 3,000, 10,000 more a month, right? We got to the point where we're making 30. At first, we're making 17,000 a month, and we're making 20,000 a month. These are the combined now. First it was 1, and then now it's combined. So I'll walk you through it. First month we were at 17, then we're at 27. Then we got up to like 50, then 70, and then we got stuck for a little bit. Then we went to 6 figures a month, and then one company is producing about 117,000 average a month. And then I have another one now that producing 20. I hit 27 last month and 17,000. And we have other little ones that we're just reinvesting back in, the 2 5-figure ones. So we got 5-figure, 7-figure and a 6-figure right now. And it was all done off the same type of system. Okay. And now we have some products coming out, like a crypto app. But once you learn how to do it once, you can learn how to do it over and over again. So why am I bringing this up to you guys? Because I want to teach you the skills. And I want to give you a lot of free information. I want to make sure that you have this information so that you can activate on it. Okay. So I know it's kind of like me verbally vomiting, but I'm hoping this content helps. It fills what's right on my heart to share with you guys. Again, if you go to my Instagram page or my TikTok page, click right on top. We put the free blueprint. You can get the blueprint. And it shows you the 3 steps that you need to do. So if you are on social media and you are projecting on social media, then there's 3 steps that you need to do in order to get someone to know, like, and trust you before you ever sell them a product. Okay. It's really important. Okay. You have to get people to know, like, and trust you before you sell them a product. It's a system. It works. Most people are just product. And what happens is people get turned off. Right. So that's why we're still growing on YouTube. It's because we provide value. We give out tons of free information. I do 17 posts combined on all my social media platforms a day, 17 posts a day. We do 1 YouTube video a day. We have our crypto team doing a YouTube video a day. So think about how much free content we put out there. People don't even have to join the Warrior Academy if they don't want to. Now, if they want tactical, if they want access to my portfolio, exit strategy, part of the community, calls, yeah, they can join the academy. They don't have to, though, but people do because they know, like, and trust us, and they stay with us. Does that make sense? Right? We're not looking for sales. We're looking for community. And then we keep building. And within the community, we've scaled 9 companies now. So it's just like, do you see what it's a system that works, Warriors. It's a system that focuses on people, frequency, and growth within the community. And it works. And I know how to scale it. And I know how to teach other people how to do it. And that's what I'm going to do. So, and I love doing it. That's the thing. I love helping people start businesses. I love helping people go, whoa, I just made $3,000 for the first time in a month. I just made $10,000. Then once you realize money is just energy, then when you start making, $140,000 a month, it's not that big of a deal. It's not. It's just energy and vibration. You realize you can multiply that over and over again. So I love you guys. I appreciate you. As a team does have the crypto channel at 8 a.m. Make sure you watch them. They're bringing the crypto news every day. I'm going to bring, high level news, connect the dots with you guys, and really teach and educate. That way we can all free ourselves. Sound good? Because I want to meet all of you guys and make sure you guys are all free so we can travel wherever we want and we can have a great time and we can lift other people up. All right. Sound good? Fair? All right. Love you guys. Warriors. Let's get your shit together. See you on the other side. Check out my Instagram page, Coach JB_. I only have 1 Instagram. It's down here. There's tons of scammers.